Income taxation, income tax credits for individuals. Income tax credit means the amount of income tax payment made by the taxpayer to the government directly by himself or indirectly through withholding agents, which tax payments are allowed by law to be claimed as direct deductions from the basic income tax due. The individual taxpayer who is required to file an income tax return can claim a tax credit against the basic income tax due the following tax payments during the taxable year: withholding tax on wages in the Philippines, withholding tax at source in the Philippines, quarterly income tax payments in the Philippines, income tax paid in the Philippines in an original tax return previously filed, prior year's excess tax credits in the Philippines, income tax to foreign countries. Resident citizens can claim all the above tax credit except items number 1 to 6. Resident citizens can claim all the above tax credit items number 1 to 6. Resident aliens, non-resident aliens, and non-resident alien engaged in business in the Philippines can claim only the tax credit from 1 to 5. So income tax to foreign countries cannot be claimed by the resident alien, non-resident citizens, and non-resident alien engaged in business in the Philippines. Any person, natural or juridical, who shall pay compensation income subject to withholding tax on wages and business and other income subject to expanded withholding tax at source is designated as withholding agent. Said person payer must withhold such taxes from gross income payment and must remit said withholding taxes to the BAR as prescribed under the NIRC. Withholding income taxes are classified as non-creditable withholding tax and creditable withholding tax. Creditable withholding tax is further classified as withholding tax on wages, compensation, and expanded withholding tax at source. Non-creditable withholding tax means an income tax withheld on income payments which are not allowed by law to be deducted credited against the basic income tax due. Withholding final income tax referred to income tax withheld on special income subject to final income taxes. Such income earned shall not be included in the computation of gross income, and therefore the related withheld final income tax is not allowed as tax credit or deduction against the basic income tax due on the income tax return. The payer, as a withholding agent, must report and remit said withholding final income tax to the BAR for the credit of the payees. The final income tax rates imposed on the special income shall likewise be withholding final income tax rates to be used. Please refer to see the final income tax rates in Chapter 6. Alright. Example, 20% of withheld on interest income on bank deposit in the Philippines earned by the depositor. Creditable withholding tax means an income tax withheld or income payment which are allowed by the law as a deduction credit against the basic income tax due. Number 1. First, creditable withholding tax on wages. This refers to income tax withheld on gross compensation payments made by employers to their employees. Such income earned shall be included in the computation of the gross income, and therefore the related withheld income tax is allowed as tax credit or deduction against the basic income tax due on the income tax return. The payer employer, as withholding agent, must report and remit said withheld income tax to BIR for the credit of the payees or employees. Please refer to see. Alright. Withholding tax at source. This refers to the amount of income tax withheld on gross business and other income payments made by the source. Payer to this creditor, supplier, and his gross income payments which are subject to the expanded withholding tax at source. Example, a practicing lawyer earned during the month professional fees of 45,000 as well as the rental income on his real property of 24,000. This client and his lessee withheld the following amounts for the said income: 10% on professional fee, which is 4,500, and 5% on rental income, which is 1,200. I know that. Wages. This means that all remunerations other than fee paid to public official for services performed by an employee for his employer, including the cash value of all remunerations paid in any medium other than cash, except that such term shall not include the following remunerations paid: for agricultural labor paid entirely in products of the farm where the labor is performed, or for domestic service in a private home, for casual labor not in the course of the employer's trade or business, or for services by a citizen resident in the Philippines for foreign government, international organizations. Alright, these are examples. Other one. Tax refunds or credits. Any excess of the income taxes withheld over the income tax due from the taxpayer shall be returned or credited within 3 months from the 15th day of April. Refunds or credits made after such time shall earn interest at a rate of 6% per annum starting after the lapse of 3 months period to the date of the refund credit is made. Tax refund shall be made upon warrants drawn by the Commissioner or his duly authorized representative without the necessity of counter-signature by Chairman, Commissioner on Audit, or letters duly authorized representative as an exemption to the requirement prescribed by NIRC. Income tax return for individuals. Income tax return refers to a taxpayer's sworn statement or declaration of his or her taxable gross income, deductible business expenses, and claimable personal exemption in health and hospitalization insurance premium resulting in net income or net loss for a given taxable period. Quarterly income tax payment refers to the amount of income tax payment made after deducting the tax credit upon filing the income tax return for each preceding quarters during the taxable year. Cumulative quarterly individual income tax returns. The data reflected in a quarterly individual income tax return shall be on a cumulative basis, and that is the amount of the gross income, and the related allowed deduction must cover the period of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months respectively. If the individual earned compensation income aside from his business income during the year, taxable compensation income and taxable net income shall be shown in one income tax return. Likewise, his annual gross compensation income and related withholding taxes on wages must be reported only in his fourth quarter gross income and tax credit respectively. If a taxpayer is a resident citizen, all of the reported items of income and expenses shall be from sources within and without the Philippines. If a taxpayer is a resident citizen, non-resident alien engaged in business in the Philippines, then all of the reported items of income and expenses shall be from sources within the Philippines only. Foreign income tax. This refers to the basic national income taxes incurred or paid to foreign countries. Resident citizens may, at his option, treat such income tax abroad either as part of allowed deduction from gross income or part of tax credit deducted from basic income tax due. The allowed tax credit for foreign income taxes shall be resulting amount under the formulas or limitation A and B, whichever amount is lower. Limitation A is net income per foreign country over net income world multiplied by Philippine income tax due, and then compare the formula, the result from the formula and the actual, and get whichever is lower. And then again, net income from foreign country, just repeat the formula for the other payment in the foreign country. And then the second limitation is aggregate, which means net income abroad over net income world multiplied by Philippine income tax due, and then compare the formula and actual and get the lower amount, and then get the lower amount in per foreign country and per aggregate. And that's the one that we should use. Notes: allowed tax credit shall be the lower amount between limitations A and B. The amount of the net income used as either numerator or denominator shall refer to the amount of net income before subtracting the allowed personal exemption. Income tax abroad shall be taken up credited only yearly for resident citizens. Tax rules on centavos on income tax return. In the computation of income tax due, centavos shall be treated as follows. The centavos in the taxable net income and the income tax due shall be disregarded or dropped. The centavos in the tax credit and income tax payable shall be rounded off as follows. Rounded off to the centavo to a peso if it is 50 centavos or more. Disregarded the centavos if it's less 50 centavos.